police investigation in Hartford into a man who is dead after a shooting. I'm Glenn Kittle. We'll tell you more about the details we know so far coming up on Fox 61.
And officers in New Haven are searching for the person who killed two men.
Concerning with, housing and affordability being that there's not a lot of job opportunities.
That's one of several issues on voters' minds as they head to the polls ahead of the primary election coming up on Tuesday. What else voters are talking about? And we begin this morning with another weather impact alert for the high heat and humidity on the way. Thanks for joining us here in Fox 61. I'm Bridget Piorlo.
And I'm Stephen Reels. Really, that is just a combination that makes for a busy few days for our weather team.
I think you described it as soupy earlier, and I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, soup, and we are everything that goes inside of the soup at this point. So we're going to send it on over to meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli out on the patio.
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
Good morning. I am absolutely feeling like the insides of soup right now. I am the noodle this morning. It is just very hot, or rather not even hot. It's just muggy this morning. It's that air that you can wear. I honestly, it's definitely extra layers of hairspray going to be needed today. As we head through the afternoon, temperatures get up into the 90s, but with that heat and humidity, we're going to feel like 95 to near triple digits, hence the weather impact alert. Right now, temperatures out the door anywhere from about 13 to even 17 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. We are feeling every bit of that this morning, or at least I am. If you're planning on having your coffee outside, make sure you prepare for the humidity that's going to kind of smack you in the face when you step out. 72 in Willimantic, 75 right now in Hartford. We're sitting at 75 degrees in New Haven. So all of us this morning, low to mid 70s. By this afternoon, numbers getting up into the upper 80s to near 90. Humidity, tropical like, we have a 7 in front of all of those numbers. So when you see that, especially for summertime humidity, it feels very muggy outside, almost Florida-like. Heading through the afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, but by the afternoon, we're going to prompt the potential for a few scattered storms in the afternoon and evening, too. A couple of those can contain some downpours as well as some vivid lightning, so it is something that bears watching for outdoor plans, although this is not the type of rain to go canceling outdoor plans for, just the type of rain to be aware of. Heading through the afternoon, again, feels like temperatures 95 to triple digits. More of the same for our Friday after what is going to be another muggy start, not window sleeping weather into this weekend, as numbers for several mornings will be in the 70s with daytime highs in the 90s. We'll talk about where we go from here. We'll walk you through that hour by hour coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads this morning at about 6:03, we are checking in with one of these areas that is dealing with a closure this morning. This is going to be near Newtown, Churchill Road, both directions here, east and westbound at 84 near Washington Ave. This is going to be closed this morning because of a crash that involved a pole. This crash happened about 2:15 this morning, so that is still out there as of now. Live look outside various locations like in Cromwell on 91, Waterbury this morning, New Haven, both 95 and 91 this morning looking okay with light volume. Reports of road work really going to be centered around Cheshire this morning. That's the only road work that is still lingering on 84 westbound between 26 and 23. So that is a stretch of the roadway that is blocked off at exit 25. The on and off ramps are also closed this morning. We'll let you know when.
Thanks so much, Rachel. And one person is dead after a shooting on North Canaan Street in Hartford last night. We have Fox 61's Glenn Kittle out there at the scene. He joins us live. Glenn, what do we know so far? We saw a few police vehicles earlier. It seems like they may have gone.
Good morning, Steph. And the 2 police vehicles that were here earlier have now been reduced down to 1 as they start to clean up the scene here. Once again, police crews are here. We also have the crime scene cleanup scene that has been doing something with the pavement over there. We're not exactly sure what, but nevertheless, an active investigation this morning as one person is dead last night, which we saw bullet holes in the side of a vehicle that was parked right about where that police car was. And it was just a massive scene from police. Take a look here at that video here. You can see those bullet holes riddled on the side, on the driver's side of that vehicle, which is the main scene of whatever happened here last night. We have reached out to police. They have not told us whether or not this is a homicide or not. We also saw a body laying next to that car under a sheet. There was at least a dozen police cars here, multiple K-9 units that were scouring the scene here to find out what exactly happened here. We also spoke with some neighbors last night off camera who told us that they heard the barrage of bullets that hit that vehicle. So definitely a very active scene here last night and a very chaotic incident that happened. We have reached out to Hartford Police for more information. They have not reached back out to us yet, but we'll be sure to bring you the latest updates as soon as we hear more from them. We are expected to hear from them hopefully later this morning. Live in Hartford, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61. I'll send it back to you.
Thanks so much, Glenn. Thank you for keeping an eye on this for us. Now, 6:05, police are looking for the killer of two young men in New Haven. A 13-year-old girl was also hurt in that same shooting. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules spoke with neighbors who say they're just upset about the violence.
A neighbor I spoke with describes the neighborhood as safe and normally quiet. She says she's heartbroken to learn the victims were so young.
Just to know someone died on this street is just heartbreaking, and they were so young.
Estelle Jeter lives on the street where the shooting happened. She wasn't home at the time of the shooting, but says she was shocked to learn of the incident. She was especially shocked about the victims' ages.
They had their whole life ahead of them.
Just after 8 o'clock Tuesday night, police say they were dispatched to the 50 block of Judson Avenue for reports of several people shot.
Upon arrival, officers located two male victims inside a black Honda sedan suffering from gunshot wounds.
The victims were later identified as 19-year-old Chavis Golden and 25-year-old Lorenzo Foreman. They were taken to a nearby hospital where they died. Assistant Chief Manmeet Bagtana spoke about the shootings, which also included a stray bullet that went through a bedroom wall at a nearby home. Bagtana says they initially thought a 13-year-old girl was struck by the bullet.
She was transported to the hospital, Yale Pediatrics, where it was determined that her injuries were caused by debris and plaster from the wall.
Investigators say she wasn't shot and the debris from the wall grazed her head. Jeter says she briefly saw the 13-year-old before she was taken to the hospital.
She was just in shock of what happened to her, and that, she had to go to the hospital.
Police say she's been released from the hospital. This is the second double homicide of the year in the city.
I'm hoping they find who did it, because they definitely deserve to go for that, go to jail, because that's a short life to take from them.
Police say they believe the victims knew the shooter. They don't believe there's any active threat to the public. If you have any information, call police. In New Haven, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
And our coverage on crime continues. Ahead in our next half hour, we'll hear from local violence prevention leaders who say tragedies like these underscore the need for more resources.
Today, the polls for early voting ahead of the August 11th primaries will open at 8 in the morning. They'll stay open until 8 p.m. You have until Sunday at 6 p.m. to cast your early ballot. Election Day is Tuesday, August 11th. And as early voting continues, Fox 61 is asking people to weigh in on the issues that matter most to them. Fox 61's Valerie Moravi joins us now with their message.
As voters head to the polls this week to cast the ballots ahead of the state's primary election, they say affordability and better quality of living remain some of their top concerns.
Early voting is now underway across Connecticut, giving people the opportunity to cast their ballots ahead of the state's primary election on August 11th. But what are Connecticut people mostly concerned about?
I personally believe in trying to go out and create your own luck with life. But the other thing is, affordability is at the top of everybody's list.
That concerning with, housing and affordability being that there's not a lot of job opportunities.
One and only and at the top, first and foremost to the point, education.
While Hartford neighbors may differ on a wide range of issues according to their needs, they all shared what their top priorities are, regardless of who wins the 2026 gubernatorial election.
Because politics is kind of an ugly game, it's challenging to really, make the change if you're a politician, right? You hope that the leaders that you elect are the ones that can actually go out and make that change and get the change done that you need,
I like to see more outreach for the youth, more programming and, things to do for the upcoming youth for the city.
One of the important things when I look for housing, so affordability, but I find it a bit affordable compared to Jersey City or New York. So I just want more events to happen here, to socialize, to network with people, because this is downtown.
Community members also emphasized the importance of addressing the rising cost of living, homelessness, and the economic challenges Connecticut families are currently facing when it comes to funding for additional programs.
The need is for family, grounded. Family, take care of family, find the proper ways and means so that mothers and fathers can spend more time with family than out in the workforce. They only see their kids like at midnight. Sometimes they don't even see them at all.
The homeless issue has been real big. It's getting bigger, and we're seeing a lot more people in Hartford, but we wouldn't normally see in Hartford due to the homelessness.
Now, early voting is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. through Sunday with extended hours on Thursday. In Hartford, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
And for more information on what's on your ballot and where to vote, visit our website, fox61.com.
The State Board of Education is pushing for tougher rules on cell phones and screen time in schools. Yesterday, members unanimously approved draft guidance that encourages districts to limit phone use for the entire school day. It cites research that links stronger school-wide cell phone policies to improved student focus, better attendance, and more positive social interactions. Next on Fox 61, there will be more money in the pockets of thousands of the working poor across Connecticut. A small financial boost will mean for them.
And a new agreement involving Connecticut children, the changes to gender-affirming care for minors and why it's drawing some national attention.
And we'll share what the federal government is saying about an organ transplant network and why it decided to cut ties.